What's up? Just want to do a quick video here about some motors. I normally run the Mr.Steele Silk V2s, and these are 2306 motors. Bought a lot of them, and I use a lot of them. I love them. But recently in the quad box, they gave out some blasters, some hypetrain blaster motors, which are 2207s, and I've never been a fan of the 2207s. Well, at least I haven't found any that I liked yet. But so anyways, I grabbed a set of those out of the quad box and threw them on the reverb. I normally fly an Alien. I've been doing some testing with the reverb as well. So this is the rig. We put some 2207 motors on there, some blaster motors, and did some comparison flights between these and my Silk V2s that I normally fly. And I gotta say, they're good motors. They're smooth. They're nice. I mean, the quality is there. It's got good quality. But they are amp hungry compared to the Silk V2s that I normally run. And when I say I normally run, I mean like on all my quads. So I got this Alien, Silk V2s, this Alien, Silk V2s, this Alien's running Silk V2s as well. That one, which is my main quad, that's running Silk V2s. This one also is running V2s, but it has the stout bells on it. I was checking those out. And then, of course, some of the original ones up there I tested on the Rooster. But the Silk V2s, that's my go-to motor. 2306, 2345 kV. Not a high kV, super smooth motor. I like it. But comparing it to the blaster motors, these guys 2207 are a 2450 kV, and they are amp hungry compared to my V2s, the Silk V2s. So normally I get at about 105 amps on like a punch out or whatever with my Silk motors, but with these, if you're running the same setup, you're gonna see much higher amps. Around 130 is what I was seeing, 135. I think it was about the highest that I seen, but they're amp hungry. And then even more importantly, it cut my flight down by a whole minute. Usually my flights are about 3 minutes and 5 seconds to 3 minutes and 20 seconds, somewhere around in there, depending on how aggressive I am. But with these, they're consistently 2 minutes, 2 minutes 15 seconds, 2 minutes 5. They're just they're amp hungry, man, and so it shortens my flight time quite a bit. And then as a trade-off for that, I don't really get the added benefit of more thrust or more power available on tap. I just don't feel it. In fact, the only thing I do really notice is less throttle resolution on the lower end of the throttle curve. So in other words, doing like a low speed, low pass, where you need every bit of resolution that you can in order to keep it steady and stable and at a consistent distance off the ground. These motors make that a little bit more difficult. Now, you can do it obviously, but it's just, I noticed that you're throwing the sticks a lot more. You're moving the sticks around a lot more in order to do that. So I don't know. I'm not hating on the motors. They're definitely great motors. They're excellent quality. And to anyone that's used to flying a 2207 motor, I think you're going to be just ecstatic. I mean, they're really good quality motors. They're super smooth. They're too amp hungry for me, for my flight style, I guess. But so I haven't seen a lot of videos out on the blaster motors yet, so I just wanted to put a quick one out there with my opinion, coming from somebody who typically flies KISS and is usually flying an Alien. I know it's old, don't give me too much crap, but this setup just works for me. it's consistent, and it's what I fly. So, but throwing the blaster motors on this, I definitely notice some changes that some difference that I am not too keen on. So, but I mean, I'll keep obviously playing around with it, run some more packs through, play with the PIDs a little bit, see if I can change any of that. But just as far as an initial throwing them on and taking them for, you know, 10, 12 flights, this is where I'm at so far. But they're not, like I said, they're not bad. They're not bad motors by all means. They're good motors. Are they worth the money? Yeah, I mean, just from the fly hard warranty that they offer, I mean, that's a pretty sweet deal, man, especially for somebody who's just starting out and, you know, you're not really biased on your own setup. You know, you're willing to try things and find what works for you. Then I think they're a great deal, honestly. But you know, these are like normally 26 bucks. These are normally like 26 bucks. So these are my go-to motors. Still haven't found anything to change that. But with that being said, there is one issue that I've come across with these motors, and I've bought a lot of these motors, more than 30, I'll say. And out of the 30 that I've bought, there is 4 now that I've come across that have this issue. And the issue is it's grounded. The motor is grounded. So if you use a voltmeter, just your regular voltmeter, and you put it on continuity, which is this emblem here, and with that you can do the audible test. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but testing with one lead on your motor base where your screw hole would be, like where it's actually going to be grounded to the frame, just by putting a probe in there and then testing each one of these leads individually, you should not get any continuity at all. And if you do, there's a problem. But like I said, I got 4 of them. Here's one that's got the leads on it still. A couple of them were brand new out of the box when I found this, but after all of these were like this, brand new out of the box. They're shorted to ground, I guess is the best way that I can describe it. But anyways, so I'll just show you on this one. It's an easy one because I've scraped the paint away. But placing the lead on the motor base itself, and then each individual wire, testing it. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's actually indicating that there's continuity there, and there should not be. That should be open, and it does it on all 3 leads. Now, if I put this motor on the frame and power it up, it will spin up. It'll work. However, it's going to get hot real fast, and you'll start to smell the enamel cooking off of the protective coating, the enamel that's on there. I'm not one to complain, and don't take this, guys. I bought literally, I think it's either 36 or 38 of these motors, and out of 38 or 36 motors, I've only had 4 issues, and that's it. So as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty solid. I'm not one to complain to the manufacturers when I come across issues like that, but I reached out just to see if they're aware of it and see if it was a quality control issue. 2 of them I caught after I put them on, and that's actually when I became aware of it. So I went through all of the remaining motors that I had, which I usually keep quite a few of them because I don't like to wait for parts when I break stuff. But after I became aware of it, I went back and I tested all the ones that I had left. And the same test where you can even do it off the bearing in some cases, and then you test each one of those leads. I found 2 of them, brand new, never even been installed, still in the package, that were shorted out. So I know it's nothing that I did. And like I said, when the 2 that I did put on the frame, I did the hover test, everything seemed fine. It was when I went to go fly is when I found the problem. I could smell it. The one that I really cooked, I just kept flying it because I thought maybe they're just baking in, you know. It was a hot day, I was pushing it to its limits, but it ended up falling out of the sky and it just totally cooked the stator. So that's when I figured it out. But these are really good motors. I'm not bashing them by all means. I think they're T.B.S, obviously they're the best, come on. But I just wanted to put a quick video out, one on my opinion on the blaster motors because I haven't seen a lot of that, and then 2 on these Silk V2 motors with the grounded stator issue, I guess is what I'm going to call it, because I haven't seen any videos on that at all. So I don't know if they're just, if I got the only 4 out of the, you know, the ton of motors that I bought, or if other folks are having issues and they're just not saying anything or doing any videos about it. But 4 of them out of 30, I'm pretty sure it's 38 motors. But that's pretty dang good, really. I'm not complaining. Don't take it the wrong way. But I just wanted to I guess put it out there in case somebody else is having that issue where they're brand new motors and I don't know, they're heating up, or it just doesn't, because it doesn't seem to fly right when it does that either. It feels weird. It's hard for me to describe, but it's like sluggish. But once you get past a certain point, the motor just performs like it's just forcing it until it gets to a certain temperature and it starts melting, and then obviously it'll fall out of the sky. But yeah, so if you're having that issue, that's one thing that you can do real quick, and you don't even have to take it off of the frame to do that test. You can literally do the test right on the frame. Just take your leads, stick it up inside your, if you are using heat shrink, you can get to the middle one, and that one will give you the result right there. As long as you have good contact on one of those 3 leads, if it's shorted, you'll be able to pick it up even by touching it to the screw holes on the bottom of the motors. Obviously, as long as it's not painted, but scrape it through the paint, and you should be able to do the same test without having to take the motor off to do it. So yeah, I don't know, it's snowing, it's cold, it's that time of year. I'm running out of stuff to do videos about. I haven't posted a video in a while, and I got a lot of stuff in the works, but just haven't finished any of it. So if you have any questions, throw them down in the comments. If you're having this issue, if you've come across this issue with the Silk V2 motors, please let me know in the comments. Because right now I feel like I bought the only 4 in existence that had that issue. So I'm curious if there's other people out there that's having that same problem. And then, yeah, whatever, man. Do what you gotta do.